Kansas City. Here we come. Big 12 semis. Kansas and Texas A&M. Jayhawks looking to advance to the title game for the fourth time in 5 years. Cole Aldrich, not a good start. He got a little pine tar from the coach. Sit down and think about it. Even Sharon gave him the funny look. Tyshawn Taylor, he's throwing it away. David LeBeau, he wore his PF Flyers. He's going down the other way. He missed. Chris Middleton, the putback. Kansas, 19 turnovers. They were nervous at the wheel in Lawrence. All right, we got a couple good guards here we're going to check out. And Collins and Sloan. Traffic. Texas A&M +5, and then Collins spins in the lane. He'll get the floater to fall. Kansas up 1. We're about under 4 in the first half. Sloan, he's going to go over Collins, and Texas Tech was up 3 at the half. Mark Turgeon's club played really good for 32 minutes. Sloan, moving the lane. Bank open. He had 24 points on 8 of 16 shooting. Texas A&M +3. Collins the 3 to tie it at 51. A&M would go back up by a handful, and then Coach Self goes to a zone, and the Aggies go 8 minutes without a field goal, and the rest of this highlight without one. Collins, 26 points. Kansas, a 21-2 run after Coach goes zone. Outscores the Aggies 44-28 in the second half. Win it 79-66.
Ohio State, an outside chance at a #1 seed. I was playing golf. My brother sent me a text. He said, "Did you see that shot in the Ohio State game?" Well, now here I am showing it to you. Buckeyes taking on Michigan in the Big Ten quarterfinals. Stu Douglas, 5 for 8 on threes, tied the game at 64. He had 16, under 35 seconds to play, 64 apiece. Manny Harris, he did work for the Wolverines. 26 points, Michigan ahead by 2. Next, Ohio State possession. David Lighty, just big shot after big shot in this game. Lighty with 15, 66 apiece. Next, Michigan possession. Harris, again, Michigan up 2 with 2.2 to go. Last shot for Ohio State.
They're going to go right to Turner.
Turner at midcourt, inside it, at the buzzer, got it!
Are you kidding me, Dave O'Brien?
No, he's not kidding. The clock started at 2.2 seconds after Evan Turner already had possession. The play was reviewed. The basket ruled good. You didn't have to ask Turner. He knew it as soon as he shot it. Look at the follow-through. With 0.2 seconds left on the clock, ball's out of his hands. Turner had been 1 for 8 in the second half, but the Big Ten Player of the Year delivers for his team.
I knew it was winning time. Manny Harris stepped up and made a lot of big plays. You know, that's what leaders do. That's what big-time players do. I said, it's my turn to make a big play. I saw my boy Deshaun Butler hit a big shot last night. I just wanted to second that.
Ohio State wins at 69-68. Turner with 18 points and 8 assists. Neil, remember in the beginning of the season we were talking about Player of the Year candidates, and I said, "Watch this Evan Turner kid."
Yeah, then he hurt it. Then he hurt his back, and you jumped off the bandwagon in a hurry.
We're not talking about that right now, though. He's Big Ten Player of the Year. He leads the 7th-ranked Buckeyes in points and rebounds. He scored double figures in 24 of his 26 games. He's got 14 double-doubles and 2 triple-doubles this season.
Seed lock, Cats and Alabama. First half, Kentucky's down 5 to Marcus Cousins. No, he had no points in the first half. The Tide +5 at the half. Kentucky went 1 for 13 from 3 against Alabama. That's going to lose you some ball games. Tony Mitchell, 22 second chance points for Bama, but they shoot just 35%. You're going to get a lot of second chance points when you do that. John Wall, he's going to score 7 straight at 1 point. Goes lefty layup there, +1. Your favorite Judd, give it to me.
Judd Birch.
Oh, nice!
He works with us.
Wall draws the triple team. Dishes off to Daniel Orton. Wall said he found the gaps in the second half. Kentucky has found the lead. They're not going to give it up. Kentucky up 8 on the break. Eric Bledsoe misses. Wall says, "I got your back." It's double digits. Alabama came back, now just down 3, but Wall's going to find Patrick Patterson, who had 23 points, 5 assists, overcome an 11-point deficit, win 73-67.
Duke is the top candidate for the 4th #1 seed. They had Virginia Friday in the ACC tournament quarterfinals. Coach K's got that look in his eye. Late first half, Virginia down 4. Jeff Jones wide open, knocking it down. He had 15. The lead just 1. Later in the first, more troubles for Duke. They get the turnover in the inbounds. Illegal screen by Miles Plumlee. And you know Coach K just crazy about stuff like that. Game tied at 27 at the half. Second half, Kyle Singler came out doing work down low. Bucket and the foul. Duke back up 7. And then Singler with a pull-up. He'll shoot that, knock down to the three-pointer at 18 points. Duke up by 8. This was Coach K said about Jon Scheyer. He said he's like a guy who goes 0 for 4. Then gets an RBI double in the 8th with the game-winning run. He had 7 points on an 11-0 run. Duke wins, but are they at number 1 seed? Coming off that buzzer beater against Cincinnati, that was the man who hit it, Deshaun Butler. And he didn't stop there. He came right back out firing. Wasn't afraid to tell everybody he had it going, too. Mountaineers up 23-20 at the half. Second half, Butler still doing his thing. Darryl Bryant gets it to him, and Butler, 24 points, West Virginia up 9. Here comes the Irish, though, down 7, under 5 to play. Ben Hansbrough for 3. He knocks it down. Notre Dame down 4. And then Hansbrough again. He was 4 for 7 on threes. He had 17 points. It's 48-45. After 2 Notre Dame free throws cut the lead to 1. Butler, Joe Mazzulla, who makes space down low, cuts to a 3-point game. Or I should say makes it a 3-point game. And then Notre Dame down by 2. Torrey Jackson can't hit. Bob Huggins must have a rabbit's foot in that sweatsuit. West Virginia wins it 53-51.
That suit is tremendous.
Marquette taking on Georgetown. The Hoyas playing extremely well in the Big East tournament. Greg Monroe, it was his show. Look at him run the floor off the steal. And then the big finish, the Hoyas go up 7. Also, running the floor on defense. Chased it down Maurice Acker for the block. Monroe had 14 points and the block in the first half. Second half, Marquette down 4. Lazar Hayward put him on the line, too. Marquette down 1 after the free throw. But just moments later, Georgetown answers. Chris Wright had 27 in the win over Syracuse, had 15 in this one, and the Hoyas go up 3. Georgetown pulling away. Up 11, Monroe, wait for it, shocks Marquette. 23 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists. Georgetown wins at 80-50.
10-game losing streak against Maryland. We got the ACC quarters. Remember last time these two played? Well, we'll remind you if you don't. Legal flashback. It was February 20th last month. Gravis Vasquez, runner near half court. Winner! Oh, no, but the officials ruled that Maryland had called a timeout before the shot. So they got to do it all over again and do what they do. Cliff Tucker, winner! And Tech a rambling wreck. After that, got beat twice. Let's snap back to reality. Under a minute to play. Maryland down 2. Georgia Tech led by 16 at the half. Landon Milborn, shot block, scramble for the loose ball, rugby. Jump ball, called possession arrow Maryland. Ensuing possession. Vasquez. What a career he's had. Deep 3, bad miss. Georgia Tech rebound foul. Gravis 6 of 21. Yellow Jackets hit 1 of 2 from the line, so now it's a 3-point game. Coach Hewitt said the plan here was to foul Vasquez. Even Shumpert took it a step further. He stripped him, fouled, seals the win. 69-64. Maryland 7-game win streak snapped.
NC State taking on Florida State. You know what that means? Sidney Lowe breaking out the stoplight red sport coat. 30 seconds into the second half, NC State down 5. Scott Wood hits a 3-pointer. Wood 18 points, 6 of 10 on threes. Javier Gonzalez with a rip, the bucket, and the foul. He made the free throw. Wolfpack up 7. And then Tracy Smith, shot clock winding down. So just throw it up, and it goes in. NC State goes on to win at 58-52. They'll face Georgia Tech Saturday in the tournament semifinals.
Showed you Duke advancing already. They figured to get Virginia Tech, considering the Hokies swept tourney 12-seed Miami this season. Well, you figured wrong. Late second half, Miami down 2. Freshman Durant Scott and the foul. He got the old-fashioned 3. Miami up 1. Moments later, Terrell Bell. Corner 3. Hokies up 2. One of the great things about college sports, those reactions right there. How about more from Scott?
Got the collar on him.
Yeah, looked like the way I dance. Game tied. Final minute. Hokies out of a timeout. Down 1. Malcolm Delaney. Oh, man. What an awful night. ACC leading scorer goes 3 for 15. 0 for 8 from the 3. Misses 2 in that sequence. Seth Greenberg, no post-game meal. Going to get Kansas in that Big 12 title game. This cat right here, I mean, if you're a lip reader, you might blush watching him. He is something else. Frank Martin, Kansas State. They're playing Baylor. Final 5 minutes. Baylor down 2. At least Darius Dunn had 26. Baylor up 1. Now Kansas State back up 1. Denis Clemente, 3 fingers. Kansas State up 4. 2 minutes left. Kansas State Ball deflected to Jacob Pullen.
As a heads-up play, the guy who made the deflection.
I think that was Dominique Sutton, who was really the unheralded star, did so many things you're not going to see in the box score, and then the guts to call that on the inbounds. Kansas State, 82-70. Mountain West on the basketball court. New Mexico, 8th ranked in the country. San Diego State, bubbly. Aztecs, the steal, and Billy White. Oh, man. 8-0 run for San Diego State. Darrington Hobson gets the lay and ties this thing at 62 with about 3.5 to go. Let's go under 2 to play now. Still tied. It's Billy White again. And Billy White's going to go old-fashioned 3. Steve Fisher's club up 3. Under a minute. New Mexico down 4. Darius Gary, take care of Sammy. It's a 1-point game. 7 seconds to go. New Mexico down 1. Gary. No. San Diego State, a shocker, 70-69. Now, our man Joe has UNLV and BYU locked in. BYU, the favorite. Oh, there's a favorite. Jerry Tarkanian.
Tark.
Where's the towel? Maybe he just chews on the jacket now. First half, they started just firing up threes. Jackson Emery. And then Chase Stanback. That's 2. Emery, wing me. Never leave your wingman, Stan. Remember that.
I already knew it.
Stanback again. That's 4 in a row. Jimmer Fredette was held to just 30 in this game. Shoots that from about 30 feet. And then Trayvon Willis. These two teams combined for 9 3-pointers in the first 5.5 minutes of the game. Second half. Is this a 3? It is!
That should be 4.
That's another long one for Brigham Young. Here they come. Trayvon Willis now. That's Michael Lloyd right there. Michael Lloyd Jr. BYU has come back and taken the lead. Now Willis. What you talking about, Willis? That's what I'm talking about. I'm reaching. And then Lloyd Jr.
That's good.
BYU down 3, final 20.
Gary Coleman in the highlight.
Well, he's had a good run. 70-66. UNL. And they were across the street playing at the Staples Center. I saw this kid for Cal, Jerome Randall, play against Oregon, and I mean, he quacked the Ducks. What would he do against the Bruins? Well, he did some of that. Right there, but Cal was down. Ben Howland's club, man, they had a little bit of the home crowd going for him. Michael Roll. He had 27. UCLA was up 9. Final 10 seconds first half. This is a big one to take into the locker room from way out. Randall. So Cal down 5 at the half. Randall with 24. Second half. Theo Robertson. He can shoot from 3. He had 20. Cal takes a 1-point lead. And then Patrick Christopher, a little hesitation in the paint right there. Boom. Fine space. Cal gonna win it 85-72. The winner of that one gets the winner of this one. Washington and Stanford. Huskies, one of Joe's last 4 in. There's Johnny Dawkins, your Stanford coach. Dogs beat him by a combined 50 points in the 2 meetings this season. Isaiah Thomas misses, but Matthew Bryan Omening with the putback. And then Emmanuel Igbinosa hits the 3 plus the foul. He missed the free throw, so he's not out tonight saying, did you see my 4-point play? Stanford was down 7. Second half, Thomas. Shot clock winding down. He gets to go. He had 17 points to go. Washington now up 18. Oh. Brian Omening. Man, I better say your name right if you're going to do that. Andrew Zimmerman on the losing end of that.
Purdue taking on Northwestern. Remember, no Robbie Hummel for the Boilers. He's done after that knee injury, so the scoring load falls on Juwan Johnson and E'Twaun Moore. That's Johnson. He had 22. Moore had 28, so they combined for 50. And here comes Northwestern. Jeremy Nash will get open for 3, and Northwestern within 1. And this is the point where I remind you Northwestern's never been to the NCAA tournament. They're going to have to win their way in the Big Ten tournament, but, well, that's not going to be possible. Chris Kramer says so. Bucket and the foul. Purdue goes on to win it. They move on to the Big Ten semifinals.
Who wants to try and stop Evan Turner in Ohio State? Michael Jordan, not an option. In Wisconsin or Illinois. MJ's kid plays for Illinois. He had 1 point. He's not in the highlight. Trayvon Hughes is. Badgers within 9. Bo Ryan, he's another fun one to watch. All right, we got $1:15 left. Illinois up 6. Mike Davis and 1. Coach Weber not happy. Davis would convert the free throw. Illinois up 9. Hughes going to try and bring the Badgers back. Cheese, please. Within 3. Hughes once again with the 3. Cheese, please. It goes. Hughes had 14 points, 5 steals. It's a 2-point game. Jason Bohannon, chance to tie. Final 20 seconds. No, Illinois, 58-54.
Also from the Big Ten, the 3 seed, Michigan State taking on the 6 seed, Minnesota. And Tubby Smith, late second half, Michigan State down 2, Kalen Lucas to Raymar Morgan. 55 apiece, 10 seconds to play now. Still 55 apiece. Michigan State with a chance to take the lead. Lucas loses it out of bounds. So Minnesota's got it. Less than 4 seconds to go with a chance to win it. DeVoe Joseph, no. So they go to overtime. Minnesota up 1. Joseph doesn't think that's enough. He's got no conscience, but he's got range. Puts Minnesota up 4. Later in overtime, Lawrence Westbrook. Bucket and the foul. Minnesota goes on to win at 72-67. The Gophers.
Top of the show, Patriot League championship game winner in Lafayette and Lehigh. These schools both in Pennsylvania. They're located 17 miles apart, so you figure there's a lot of can we dance with your date kind of action there. And who's going to get into the dance? That's the date they wanted to dance with here. Jim Maurer power for 3. Lafayette within 1. Lehigh up 4. They never trailed. Michael Ojo steal. There's the deal. And then Zahir Carrington goes baseline. Ooh. He had hops for pregame. Marquise Hall to Carrington. He had 2 helpings. He had 18 points. Lehigh, 74-59.
Missed on 3. Chris Warren for 3, ties it up at 44. Bruce Pearl wondering what's going on. He had his team play zone for much of the game against LSU to preserve their energy for this game, but Warren says, I got your energy right here. His 5th 3 of the game, Ole Miss down 3. Later second half, Tennessee up 2. Scotty Hobson. He's got hops, son. Tennessee up 4. And then Wayne Chisholm, 16 points, 15 rebounds for Chisholm. Tennessee wins it by 11. It was a 3 seed in the East, so they'll have to win 2 more games to win the SEC. The next one against Kentucky.
You advance with those reads, bro. Florida 6-0 against the SEC West this season. Mississippi State 0-6 against the SEC East this season. Advantage Gators. Second half, Mississippi State. Rayvon Johnson puts them up 6. He had 12.6 rebounds. Irving Walker, final 90 seconds. Florida down 4. Walker 19 points. Next Florida possession, Walker to Dan Werner. Tim Tebow makes that pass. Mississippi State wins 75.
Yeah, but how do you do in the Wonderlic?
Yeah, exactly. Winner of that one gets the winner of this one. Georgia and Vanderbilt. Early first, Trey Tompkins. Travis Leslie. Leslie, 34 points. Vanderbilt up 9 to Andre Walker. John Jenkins wearing 23. That's always good. Nails the 3. If some is good, more is better. Jenkins in the second half. Another long J. Vanderbilt running away. Walker to Jenkins. Stop me before I shoot again. Jenkins, 25 points on the night. And then Lance Goulburn to Steve Sheengang, who's got a Wheel of Fortune last name. 78-66.
Taking on Xavier in the quarterfinals. Composure a factor in this game. Terrell Holloway leans in, hits the bucket, plus the foul. Xavier up 3 after the free throw. Now, check this out. Just over 30 seconds ago, Dayton down 2. Rob Lowry brings the ball up court, and he calls timeout. Holloway knocks the ball out of his hand, and Lowry takes a swipe at him and gets a technical foul. Take another look at it from another angle. Lowry clearly takes a swipe at him. Holloway hits both technical free throws, and that seals the game. As Dayton goes down to Xavier, 78-73. Let's also take a look at St. Bonaventure and Temple. First half, Temple up 6. Juan Fernandez. 3's not enough. He got fouled as well. Made the free throw to give Temple a 10-point lead. Lavoy Allen. Shot clock. Not a problem for him. Temple up 12 at the half. And then later they're up 18. And Allen, exclamation point. Temple goes on to win it 69-51.